SMMA for Dummies, if you're just now hearing about SMMA, you're not alone. It's kind of like the next drop shipping in a way where people are really starting to, or it's starting to get a lot of attention right now on YouTube and this kind of thing. And it's getting a lot of attention for a good reason, which is a lot of people are making a lot of money doing it. For example, myself in May coming up, we're on pace for doing about $120,000 in revenue, and the profit margins in this business are really high. So that's just an added benefit. So what even is SMMA? Well, it stands for Social Media Marketing Agency. If you didn't already know that much. Long story short, basically you do services, marketing services for, generally speaking, local businesses, although that's not necessarily the case. It can be e-commerce businesses, it can be software businesses. You can get into pretty much any type of business where you generate leads and sales for them, you help them make money. That's basically the concept with SMMA. So how exactly does it work? Basically, what you would do is go and sell monthly recurring marketing services to local businesses, or again, online businesses, whatever it is, where again, you're helping them generate leads. If you don't know what a lead is, if you're new to business, a lead, what I define a lead as, is somebody who gives you their name as well as some piece of contact information, phone number, email, sometimes all three, at least name and one other bit of contact information. And then either you deliver these leads to these businesses so that they can, convert the leads into sales, or you provide some type of sales solution that comes with, so that, you can basically just generate sales directly for these businesses and take a percentage yourself. Maybe they have a sales team already. You can take a percentage of, the net profit after the sales team's commission. There are a lot of different ways that you can do it. For example, I do a social media marketing agency for real estate agents. So I help them generate leads, and then we provide kind of like a video course on how to convert the leads, book themselves appointments, take these appointments, sell houses, make a bunch of money. So what is it that you have to do, and what skills are required to be successful in SMMA? Well, there are a few, right? So the first one is obviously going to be marketing, and paid advertising is really this whole thing, right? Facebook ads, Google ads. I mean, SMMA implies social media marketing agency, where you're really only running Facebook ads, Instagram ads, this kind of thing. But a lot of people do Google ads or YouTube ads. There's all sorts of different stuff that you can do. And, that's where SMMA and the word agency kind of part, right? Because you can run all types of agencies as well, but that's a whole other topic. Like, people run video editing agencies, people run, web development agencies where they hire programmers to build websites for companies and they sell. That's just, agencies connecting one person to another and then taking a middleman cut, kind of like how drop shipping is connecting a consumer with a product and then taking that middleman cut, right? Similar, format, if you will. But the skills you'll require, again, obviously number one is advertising or lead generation. That's number one. Number two, on lead generation, you're going to need to generate leads for these businesses as well as for your own business, because you're going to need to get clients as well. The next skill you're going to need, number two, is going to be sales. You need to know how to get your own leads first, but then you need to learn how to book those leads into appointments. Zoom meetings are, usually the most common. And then closing those meetings, getting people to pay, usually or oftentimes on the spot, sometimes after a second call, to start actually paying you on the spot for services, so that you can go and help them out. So that would be sales. And oftentimes, if you're doing lead gen, you often need to teach your clients how to sell, because a lot of people don't know how to sell. So that's a little bit of a fair warning there. The next thing you're going to need to learn is product or service development, right? So you're going to learn very quickly that you're not very good. And so with that, you're going to learn, what people don't like, what people do like. You're going to want to do more of what they like, less of what they don't like. Kind of simple if I put it like that, I know, but it is true. So you're going to need to learn product development. So marketing, sales, product development. In my opinion, those are the core skills, right? There are subsets of skills within all of these categories, but those are really the core skills. Now, how do you get started? It's actually really, really easy. Getting started, a lot of people overthink it like really hard. All you have to do is find one business and send them a message. Email them. You can cold call them. A lot of people don't like doing that. I never did it. I started with cold email and this kind of thing. But you can cold email them. You can run ads to them if you have a budget starting out. I don't suggest starting with paid ads. Very risky if you don't have a background in paid ads already. Or you can send them a DM on Instagram, LinkedIn, all sorts of things. If you send one company one message saying, hey, was wondering if you were looking for X thing, Horrible message, by the way, I wouldn't use that. But if you reach out to somebody, that's starting. Reach out to one person once. Make it as easy as possible to start, because then from there you can learn from what you've done. Don't spend all this time making a logo and a website, and sure, you need a name for your company and stuff, but it's really not that serious. You can start off with just your name, and that's all it can really be. It can just be you at the beginning. So don't overthink, spend 3 weeks building a website and making everything perfect. Don't do that. Send one company a message somewhere offering to help them with services, and you've started. Now, is SMMA for you? Interesting question. Now, if you want to get to a point where I'm at, where you're doing, over $100,000 a month in revenue, and the business is basically automated, because I just recently hired a sales rep, or we're in the recruiting process right now for a sales rep. I paid a recruiter. And so in the next month, my business is just going to be running on autopilot, basically. Then it takes a lot of work. Kind of the hard truth. I personally, and you don't have to do this, just to be clear, you can start off part-time, you can start off on weekends, and you can build. It's just, you don't have to do what I do right now, but I personally work from 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. Monday to Thursday. Friday I end at 6 or 6:30 to go and see my girlfriend. I take 3 hours of breaks between Monday and Thursday. Friday I take a 1 hour break, so you can do the math on however many hours that is, like 60 hours a week or something like that. Now, I was gonna say SMMA is risky, but starting out, it's actually not financially risky at all. You can start out with no website. You can start with $0, literally. Like, all you need is an email, and like everybody has an email, right? So it's not risky at the beginning, but when, in any business, there is risk the more and more you build. Right? For example, my monthly expenses now are in the area of like $25,000 a month. So, if you screw things up, like, you can lose a lot of money really fast. And that's just business in general. A lot of people don't want to scale to the point that I have. To me, it's a sport. Like, it's just a complete video game to me. But there is risk in any business, and business isn't for everybody. The only way you can really know is by trying. If you, enjoy working for yourself, not working for somebody else, give it a shot. If you've always been interested in business, give it a shot. It's like the easiest thing that you can try out and start. Again, it's free. It takes very little effort to get going, at least to like send your first message or something is what I'm saying. And you'll just learn more about yourself and everything like that. Hard truth, it takes a lot longer than you might think to be very successful. Like, it took me about 3.5 years to get to this point. It's actually not that long, it was pretty quick, but it took me, 2 years to hit my first 10K month. And that's because I wasn't paying any coaches or anything like that. So big regret of mine was not doing that earlier, because when I started doing that, my numbers just went warp speed. So I do recommend that. At the time of me recording this, I don't even have any spots open on my calendar for coaching or anything. I'm still taking sales calls in my agency, so I'm not trying to sell you anything when I say that. Truth from me is all it really is. Take it, how you will. But it's tough to make a business really successful. It takes a lot of mental strength. There's a large amount of self-improvement that goes into building a business to be successful and this kind of thing. So, give it a shot though, honestly. Like, it's easy to start. The worst thing is you try it, you talk to some people on the phone, you go, not for me, and then you don't do it, right? Best case scenario, you fall in love with it, like one of my clients, right? These things happen sometimes. So yeah, that is basically SMMA for dummies.